Thanks. Yeah. So what we discussed in yesterday's class, we discussed about the version control and source code management tool, and what is a Git, what is a GitHub, who developed the Git, what is a open source, Git GUI tools, Git client, branch, local repository, remote repository. So we'll discuss yesterday, right, guys? So what we will discuss today? So we'll discuss about the this environment setup, how we can set up the environment, right? So environment setup. So something like already the Git bash is the local repository. So this is the Git bash. This is the local repository, and the remote repository is yep guys github.com for example. So Hari Krishna Cheruku 866. There is a repository called as a AWS DevOps material. So this is the repository, guys. So this is the AWS repository. This is the GitHub repository. So today what we will do, so we will sign up, we will register the GitHub account, and we will set up the local Git. We will set up the local Git, and so we'll create the repository, we'll clone the repository. Today we'll discuss, guys. Okay. Yep. 1 second. I will open that PPT. Yeah. So today we'll discuss this was guys, local repository and remote repository. So remote repository is GitHub. We set up this GitHub, and the local repository, how we can install the Git and GitHub Git bash. We'll show you today. Okay. So environment setup. What is this, guys? Environment setup. So what is the environment setup? So steps. Step one is something like okay. Step one. So what is the step one? How to install Git and how to install Git and Git bash. How to install Git and Git bash on your local machine. So how to install Git and Git bash on your local machine. So Git actions is the CI/CD topic, Shashil.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
Okay. So this is a just Git and GitHub. So okay. So GitHub actions are it's a CI/CD pipeline, CI/CD, right? So if you want to discuss that, it will we need a 1 month to do that. Okay. So if you want the awareness, so I will show you that GitHub actions. It's simple like a CI/CD. It works. Yeah. How to install Git and Git bash on your local machine. So what you need to do, guys? First, you need to download that. So download the software from Git official website. So what is that? We need to download the software from Git official website. So I already showed yesterday, right? So Git download for Windows. Okay. So you can click this one. You can click here. So you want to for the 64-bit, or you want to for the ARM 64-bit or a portable. So you can use Git for Windows X 64-bit setup. Copy link address. You just click right. It will automatically download it. Just you see it is downloading. Right. It is downloading. Yeah, this is the this is the software, guys. So install the Git software on Windows. So how to install Git and Git Bash on your local machine? Okay. So just double click, guys. So you already know, right, how to install. So but I want to uninstall this Git Bash, right? It is in open state. No. So how to uninstall? You already know, right, guys? Go to control panel and programs and features, right? So there is a Git bash. This is the Git, guys. You just right click and uninstall. So you can click yes. Yeah. Are you sure want to delete, uninstall? Yes, guys. If you see, yeah. So Git is uninstalled. Okay. Next, I already Windows credential manager. Yeah, Windows credentials. This is my GitHub. I already logged into this GitHub, guys. So I'm removing this because of for last class I added this. Okay. Yeah. Now your local Git is uninstalled. So how to install, guys? How to install Git? Go to that downloaded software where it is downloaded. Okay. Just
Sir, so we have to click that standalone installer or portable.
which one?
Here
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
have
This is the one. Yes. Yes. Yes.
standalone for Windows, right?
Yeah. 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 So you see, so this is once you click right, it will automatically standalone installer. Git for Windows X 64-bit setup. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If you double click here, or you need to go to that downloads and just click, double click it. Yeah. It will ask the yes. Yeah. So this is the setup. Just next. Yeah. Next. So next. Yeah. It will install. Just click next, then finish it. So your local Git will install. So after that, so a Git bash. So along with Git, a Git bash also installed. Why Git bash? So you want to manage your local repository, right? How you can manage, how you can execute the Git commands on your local repository through the Git bash. Git bash is the bash prompt, shell prompt. Git is a CLI. How you can operate this Git through the CLI? CLI means command line. How you can operate? You can operate through the Git bash. Operate through the Git bash. Okay. Yeah, just finish. So your Git will be installed. So how you can check it? So you can check it through the control panel or else something like so in the search bar you just click the Git bash. It will open the Git bash. Okay, and so Git hyphen version. You see, so Git is installed on your Windows. That local Git setup is done. Git version 2.50, right? 2.50 is installed. So right now you understood. So how to the environment setup, how to download Git and Git Bash on your local machine, and how to install Git and Git Bash on your local machine. So done, right, guys? Just how you can install, guys? Just double click, double click on the downloaded package. So you can give next, right? So next, install, then finish. Yeah, your local Git setup is done. So what is that? Your local Git setup is done. Okay. Now, so what you need to do? So register and log in the GitHub account. What is this? So register and log in this GitHub account. How you can register and log in GitHub account? What is step 3? Register and log in GitHub account. How you can register and log in your GitHub account. Okay. Yeah. How you can register and log in GitHub account, guys? So the URL. So what is the URL? URL is https://github.com. What is the URL, guys? The URL is https://github.com. Okay. Yeah. Sign out this one. Sign out. Yeah. What is this, guys? GitHub. https://github.com. Yeah. So this is the github.com. So index page. Index page. So what you can do, you can create account. How you can create the account? So click on the sign up button and you need to provide the email address and password. So email address and password. Yeah. The Gmail is durgasoft6@gmail.com. Yep. Yes. Create an account. This is also one of the big tasks, guys. So it is asking E12, E12, yeah, E12, submit Q23, Q, yes, this is Q23, submit, yes, 16, yes, 16, yeah, yes, 16. Okay, so once done that, so visualization, so that GitHub sent an end code to the email address. So yeah, I have received that code. I'm copying that code and I'm pasting the code. Then continue. So what is the username, guys? The username is Harry Blue Jay, no username. Okay, guys.
The username is DurgaSoft6.
Yeah, username is DurgaSoft6. Very good. DurgaSoft6 at gmail.com. Password. Yep, guys. So guys, what you can do, you can provide the username. Okay. Durgasoft6 is the username, the password. So whatever we set for the email address and password, right? We can use that password, guys. Okay, I forgot that password. That's the reason I reset that password. Yeah, I logged into this GitHub account. Now you understood? So the registration, what is that? Register and log in the GitHub account. So the username is Durga Soft Durga Soft 6, right? This is soft or yeah. It is not Durga, it is Dugasoft. So not Dugasoft, that's the reason I'm unable to log into that server. Okay, this is the not Durga. So I forgot to add R. So that's the reason I'm unable to add. So this is the username and the password. What is the password, guys? Password something. This is the password. So once you log into that, right, after registering that, how to log in? How to log in GitHub account through the username and password. Okay, how to log into that? So we can log into the username and password. Guys, understood? So this is the a setup. So this is the a setup of the register and register and GitHub account. Log into the GitHub account. So are you able to see my screen, right, guys? What this is? This is the local repository. For example, so this is our Git bash. So this is our GitHub. What this is, guys? So this is our GitHub, and so this is our Git. This is our Git and Git bash, your local repository, right? So we want to communicate between these two. How you can communicate, guys? So we need to. So definitely we need a communication. How we can communicate with? We can communicate with the token. What is that, guys? Token. What is this? Token, right? Yeah. So how you can communicate with this? So with the token. So right. So we need to generate the token in the remote repository. So generate the developer token to communicate between local and remote. Or else you can use sign in username or password. Okay, username or a password. Okay, understood. So yeah, username password is you already know, right? So I will show you how to generate the token in the GitHub account. Okay, how to generate the token in the GitHub account. I will show you how to generate. So log into the GitHub account. Yeah, you already logged into the GitHub account and go to the settings. So where go to the settings, click the settings. So in the left side, there is a developer portal, developer settings. So click on the developer settings. Here, right, you see GitHub apps, auth apps, personal tokens. You can click the personal tokens and token classic. Click the token classic and so here you need to generate the new token. So generate the new token through the classic. Click on the classic, right? Yeah. So you can create a token name Durga Soft
Sir,
6.
can you please go little slow? So
Little
once you
slow.
click on settings,
Yeah. So once you click the your username, then go to the settings. Click the setting. So once you click the setting, in the left side, there is a developer settings. In the left side, there is a developer settings. Click on the developer settings. Then in the left side, so personal access tokens. So in the drop down, so click the drop down and then click the token classic. Click the token classic. Then so you can here there is a drop down. Click the drop down and generate a new token classic. Click on the generate a new classic token. So Durga Soft 6. I'm giving the name as a Durga Soft 6. So the expiration is no expiration. This token will not expire. Okay. So what you need to select? You need to select the delete repo, right? The report status, the user, click on the user, delete repo. This will enough. Okay. So then generate a token, right? So
Hari,
once you select,
what is the difference between classic and the fine-grained
yeah,
tokens?
fine
Like
grain is
why?
the new one. New one. Fine grain is the new one. Token classic is the older one.
Why do we need to use that classic one only?
Yeah, classic one is so this is the mostly developer they are using this one, and so this is the new one, right? So you already know, right? Something like a standard version, beta version, and the beta and standard version. So which version they are using in the real time? Mostly they are using the standard version because of this is proved. But the beta version, so we don't know if it is working or not. So this is something like a pilot. This is not standardized. Okay. Yeah. You can use this
Okay.
one and copy the token and paste it in the somewhere else. You need to save this token. What is that? Token.
So why do we
So
need
how
to generate and connect through a token only? So is there a way that we can connect you by using the username and password?
yeah. So how you can connect? So for the developing purpose, so for the developer connection, something like in the Jenkins or something like. So so if you want to connect this, so so if you want to communicate with both, so you can use sign in username and password. But so you are using the a real time environment. So they are the multiple users are connected to this repository, right? So multiple peoples are connected to the remote repository. So that's the reason most of the cases we are not using our username and password. So we can use the token to communicate with the local repository.
But anyway, the developers are might be the using the different username and password, right? So they have their own
Yeah,
entity, right?
yeah, you can use it. So we can communicate. So many ways we can communicate with the remote and local many ways. But so we already know something like how to use the sign in username password. Just click on the sign in. You already know the username password. You can click it. But the generate tokens you don't know, right? That's the reason I am showing how to generate the token and how to communicate with the local repository through the remote repository. You
Okay.
can use.
So,
I already told you, right? You can use the both same normal that sign in username password as well as token or SSH also we can communicate it. I will show you. I will show you while cloning the Git clone. Then you will understand.
so as such, there is no difference between connecting by username and password and
Yeah.
also
There is.
by using the
Yes.
token as well, right?
Yes. I will show you while communicating with your local to remote. So there is a two options. I will show you the both two options.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, guys. So how to generate the token? So you already know, right? So yes. What is that fourth one, right? Generate password. Generate password token to communicate between remote and local, local to remote. So what is that? So
So, you mean to say tokens are only used so that we can, whatever code we have, we can push it from our working computer, so laptop to the local repository and from local to remote
remote
repository.
repository. Yes, very
That
good.
is why only I mean, like from local to remote, if you want
For
to push
example,
the code,
the code is in our local, in our desktop or in our laptop, right? So, but we want to push that code to the remote repository. Where the remote repository is there? The remote repository is there in the github.com. Okay, in our repository. We need to push from your local to remote. Your local to remote. So that's the reason we need a communication between your local to remote. So how we can communicate? So we can communicate. So we can provide as a sign in username password or a token.
So the token will always be the same, or every time it will
It,
change?
yeah, it will always be the same. So we selected the no expiration, right? If
Yeah,
we
yeah.
provide the
This.
expiration, definitely it will. We need to generate another token and we will use that token.
So
Okay.
while generating the token, now I have entered the DurgaSoft 6 as the token name. Expiration is no expiration. Then it is asking for select the scope. Is it mandatory that we should select something scope also, or just we can?
Yeah, we need to select the scope also.
What
That
should I
scope
select?
is the scope is nothing but choose the checkboxes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to so right. So we need a permission to delete the repo. So that token having the permission to admin the delete the repo, user and admin and the repo. We need to select the access permission to for that token, right? What are the permissions we are providing to that token? So we are providing that token to the permission, something like a delete repo. That token by using this token, right? As it's uses as a password. So the permission should be like a delete the repo, having the delete the repo and the admin the repo, right? So we need to give that permissions.
But the permission will we only grant it, or somebody else will grant those permissions?
Yeah. So yeah, somebody will grant those permissions. If it is in a group account, right? So they will provide you the permissions. I will show you that permission also while doing the real time, while doing the merging and something like approving. So if you
Yeah,
want to do the, yeah, I will show you that. Hmm?
yeah, because in a real time, so we
Yes,
don't
yes, yes.
provide ourselves, right?
Yes, sir. Someone having the administration permissions, those will have something like you don't have a approve and merge the code. We will have the we will have that permission. Our lead or manager will have the permission to approve and merge. Right?
So this is for only for main branch and the production branch, right?
Yes,
For the
yes,
develop
yes, yes,
branch, we have everything, I guess.
yes. I will show you how to give the permissions. Okay? Or click on your name, then go to settings, then developer settings, right? Then go to the personal access token, then click on the token classic. Choose name of the token, then choose no expiration, choose the checkboxes, choose the checkboxes, repo, user and admin privileges, delete. Okay, this is the so generated password token, right? So the token is where I copied the token. Token. Yeah, guys. So you can save this
Once,
token.
sir, once we generate the token, can we still edit it?
No, we cannot edit it.
Okay. No, because I just selected repo, user, admin,
Hmm.
and delete repo. I didn't select it.
You can, yeah. So we, Amrut, what you can do, you can watch the recording and you can practice it. So you can listen now, then you will understand.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. So yesterday I already told you, right? Something like who modified the code, who committed the code, right? In our local or remote repository. So we need to set up the very first time. So you need to set up your user email and password. So user email and password. So how we can set up the email and password? I will show you cdls cd git ds git file. Yeah. So git log. You see what this is? So git commit. So you committed the code, and who is the author? Hari sir, and the author email address is so, and the date and commit. So for this purpose, we need to for very first time on your git bash, you need to set the global email address and global username. Global email address and global name. So in the credentials manager,
So
in
what
the
is the
credentials,
global this one, Hari?
yeah. So I already told you, right? So something like you are developing the code and you are committing the code to the local repository. So who committed this code and when committed this code, right? So for this purpose, we need to set up the global username and email because of who updated the code, who modified the code, who deleted the code.
Yeah, but whatever we logged in,
Mm.
that user ID and the global user ID will be the same, or it might be the different.
So yeah, it might be that different. But definitely, you see here. So here you logged in as a which user?
Yeah, I logged in with the Durga Soft and
Durga
the
Saf.
yes.
Yeah, I set up as a the username is so something like Hari and the that email is Durga Saf. So you can use this one or you can use your own. Okay. So what is your question? I thought so we already logged in as a DurgaSoft user. So when we commit the code, so when we commit or push the code, it will show the this username password, right? Why we need to set up a global username and password, right?
Correct. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. So for example, so you are not cloned the repository, for example. So you are not created or you are not cloned the repository. You just created a repository, local repository here. You just create a local repository here. I will show you. So mkdir ds git 6, for example, or 7. So cd ds git 7. Okay. Now I am in the a normal directory. Now I am in the normal directory. I want to create this. I want to create this as a. I want to initialize this as a local Git repository. How you can initialize Git init command? What is the command? Git init command. Now you see. So this is the local repository. This local repository does not have a relation between this repository. Okay. Now, so fetch hari.txt. I created the file and git add dot git commit -m just test right git log. So I need to remove this here. So I need to remove this git. Yeah, so we need to git rm, I think. So we can delete that email address and email address, or we need to set up another. So now you understood, right, Neil?
Yeah. One question. So here we
Mm.
have created a local repository, correct?
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
on top of that, we are creating the file on the local
Mm.
repository.
Yes,
Can
yes,
I mean
yes.
until unless you push it the code to the repository, still it will
Mm.
be on your local, right?
Yes, yes. Still, that is in now in our local, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Once you push that code, so then it will show it in the repository, the commit ID, and the who committed, when committed, right?
Yes.
So for that purpose, we need to set up the global email and that username, right? You are creating, you just logged into this GitHub account. So you are not created any repository till now, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can create a repository and you can clone that repository. So for the first time, you want to download the repository. You want to download that new repository into your local. So for the first time, so what you need to use, you need to use the git clone command. What is that? So git clone a repository URL. So what is that? Git clone and repository URL. It will clone the repository, remote repository into your local repository. So you want to create a own local repository and add it as a link it to the remote repository. I will show you that part also. Okay, Neil, I will set up the. So the very first time, what you need to do? So verify as a very first time on your Git bash, you need to set up the local Git global user email and username. So how you can set up Git config hyphen global user dot email. What is the email? For example, Hari @ Durgasoft durgasoft.com. This is my email address. So git config. I want to set the name also, global user name, user dot name. What is that?
Sir,
So for
what is the
example,
purpose of setting the global username, global email and all?
I already show you, right? So that why we need to set the global username and password. So who committed the code and so the user email and email address, the username and email address. Yeah. So this is the guy committed the code. This is the guy deleted the code. This is the guy updated the code. This is the guy modified the code.
Oh,
Okay.
got it.
Yeah. So then how to communicate between your local repository to remote repository?
So
So how?
uh, Hari, actually on that the third
Mm,
line it says that
mm-hmm.
git ds git 7 master, right? So
DS Git
uh,
7 master.
master,
Yeah.
so that means it's a
Uh,
master branch, correct?
Master branch. In older days, we call it as a master branch.
Yeah,
Now, yeah, in that days, so we can, so for example,
it's a main branch basically.
main branch. Yeah, we need to rename that main branch.
That means we are
Mm,
committing all the changes to directly into the masters, right?
no. Master. We need to rename it to main branch.
Okay, that means I mean basically on the top, like the
Yeah, yeah,
so super repository we are
yeah. This
getting
is
into.
the, yeah. This is the main branch. So we need to rename it. How you can rename it, I will show you. No worries. Okay. So if you want to rename now, I will show you how to rename it. So in the branch, git branch -d branch name. So -d is nothing but a delete. How you can rename the branch? So branch -m, master branch and main branch. Yeah. So if you go to the develop profile, your profile. Yeah. So this was done, right? Your sign up is done. Now I want to create a repository in the GitHub remote repository. So click on the repositories. Just click new. The repository name is ds git 6. What is the repository name? ds git 6 or Citibank, whatever it may be, guys. Okay, ds git 6. My repository name as a ds git 6 and I created repository as a public repository and so just click the create a repository. You see, guys. Yeah. Now, so something like git branch hyphen main. Here So if you see, I want to change the branch from master to main, you just use the, so nil. Now you understood how to change how to rename the branch. So by using git branch, I will tell you everything. No worries, guys. Okay. Yeah. So this is your local repository. This is your git bash. This is your, so this is your local, this is your laptop. I want to, I want to download this repository. I want to download this git repository. What is it? What is the, we created that repository ds git 6. Okay. I want to download this git repository, but this is the empty repository we created. Okay. So we want to, so download this git repository. You can download either HTTPS or SSH. So I'm downloading this repository through HTTPS. Okay. I'm copying this. Then what is this, guys? I'm downloading the remote repository. What is the remote repository, guys? dsgit, dsgit. 1 second, guys. Okay, guys. So we want to download this git 6 repository into your local. So what you can do is, guys, git clone is the command. ds git 6. So this directory is not there in our local repository. You want to download from remote repository to local repository. What is the command? Git clone and URL. What is the URL, guys? The URL is this is the URL. Okay. So what is the command, guys, for downloading? Git clone. So clone is nothing but a copying. So whatever the repository there in remote repository, it will clone it to your local repository. Where we can find the recorded video, you can, so they already shared, right, in the email. Pan. Yeah. So you see, right? You appear to have cloned an empty repository. Let's see. What is that? DS Git 6. Yeah, it's downloaded. The repository is downloaded. I want to go to that repository. So DS 6. Yeah. Now you see, guys. So if that is that is a repository, that is a Git repository. So it will show the branch. It will show the branch after the directory. Okay. So this is your local repository. Now ds git 6 is the local repository, and so this is the remote repository. So what is the branch, guys? When you create a repository, a default branch will be created. What that is branch? Neil? Amrut Neil.
DS Git 6.
Yeah, ds git 6 is the repository. What is the
Main
branch?
branch. Main branch.
Which branch?
Main branch will be created default.
Yes, very good. Main branch will be created. So you are downloading this repository with main branch to the local repository. You see? So what branch is downloaded? Main branch is downloaded. Okay. So the main branch with ds git 6. Is there any data is there in that branch?
No data.
No data is there. So I want to
Sir, one question
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Whenever we are new to the project and they ask us to clone the
Repository
repository,
from remote to, yeah.
yes. So that time we clone it from the main itself, right?
No,
No,
you
I
can,
think.
yeah, whatever you can create here. So once you push it that, right, it's already there in the repository. So if you
Yes,
want to
the
download
framework is
from the
already
main,
there. The
yeah, you can
framework is
download
already
main. Yes, repository already there. You can clone that repository. Yeah, it will get the main branch. Then you can create your own branch from here also.
No, no. When you clone it, you always clone it from the main branch, right?
Yes.
That is what I wanted to ask. Okay,
Or
okay.
else if you want to, or else you can create your own branch in here, and you can download that branch code also. So now you understood Git clone, how to clone the repository, how to clone that repository from remote to local. So tomorrow I will show you so the commands, how we can use these commands. How we can use these commands, I will show you. 1 second. I have the document.
So one question are here,
Downloads.
like,
Mm,
so we are using the Git bash to connect to the local, from local to remote, right? So how does
mm,
local know that
mm.
I have connected to the so and so repository? So
Yes,
uh,
very good, very good.
right,
So yes, so this repository, right? You just cloned this. Which repository? This is the Git 6 repository. This is the repository that
yes,
local knows. This is the remote repository. I think you are asking the question about branch or repository. So if it is a repository, then the last dot git is your repository.
correct. But my question is, when
Mm,
you open the bash command,
mm-hmm.
so how does the local knows that I using what username and password I'm connecting to the repository, like the
Yes,
remote
yes, very
repository?
good. Yes, very good. Good question. So if it is a company, we created this repository as a public, right? If it,
Yes.
if you select as a public, so everyone can clone it. But if you create as a private, you need to provide the username password to clone. You need to provide the password, username and password to clone it. For pushing, so if it is a public or private, we need to provide the username and password for cloning it.
So otherwise it doesn't know, right? So which
Yeah,
repository
it
I'm
doesn't
connected
know.
to, then it
Yeah,
won't
yeah, yes,
authenticate
yes.
it won't authenticate
Yes,
basically.
yes, yes, yes. That's the reason I already told how to communicate between the your local repository to remote repository. Definitely we need a communication, either username password or a token. If it is a private, if you want to download, if you want to clone that repository, definitely we need to provide the username password in the real time.
Yeah.
So I created this repository as a public repository, right? If you create this repository as a public repository, everyone can clone the repository. So there
Without
is no
any credential,
restriction.
right?
You
There is no.
selected as a public.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. If it is a private, right? Definitely we need a authentication.
Yeah.
We need to provide the credentials. Guys,
So,
I want to jump into another class.
if
Yeah,
it is a
they are
private and
pinging.
the framework is present and they will give us the URL, right, to clone it.
Yes, yes, yes,
At that
yes.
moment of time, either we can give username and password to clone it, or either we can give the token.
Yeah, yeah, token. So you have a token, right? Token will
Yes.
provide you the password authentication. I am telling, so for example, so if you create a repository as a private, we need to provide either token or a username password for cloning also. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. Thank you guys. Thank you.